Hi everyone, this is Michael Martino. I am a personal trainer over at Wellbridge Athletic Club in Clayton, Missouri. Today I want to talk to everyone a little bit about meal prep. A lot of people I know have a hard time going grocery shopping. They think that if they can't eat whole food, whole organic food, then they can't really eat healthy. But I wanted to show everyone that that's not true. I cannot afford to eat the amount of food that I eat as whole foods. So I have to go to Sam's Club. Sam's Club and Costco are both great options for anyone that's trying to stay healthy because they have a lot of food in bulk. We have some chicken cooking that's boiling over a little bit.
Turn the vegetables off.
So, anyways, yeah, you don't have to buy you don't have to go buy organic food to stay healthy. Anything's better than nothing, and I want to show you actually how cheap it is to prepare your own food and how simple it is once you kind of have a system in place. So as long as you're planning your diet, this is going to make your grocery shopping a lot more efficient. You're going to end up saving more money, and you're going to be taking care of your health by putting the proper fuel in your body. So we're going to start over here with the foods that we have to cook. Okay, so the foods that we have to cook, we want to start with those because as you're cooking those, you can go through and prepare your other foods that don't require any cooking. So we're going to start with our protein. We have some chicken here. As you see, we cut up the protein source. We went ahead and threw it in a little marinade. This is some low sodium soy sauce, and then we threw a little bit of garlic on top of it. You're going to have a lot of different options as far as what you'd like to do to season and flavor your protein. You don't have to cover it in ranch, you don't have to use mayo, you don't have to do any of that stuff. Instead, try to focus on using some other vegetables and some natural spices that kind of help bring out the flavor a little more. Garlic, this is one of my favorites. I like to throw it on all the meats as I cook it. Just adds a little extra flavor to it. Got some onions too. If you go to the store, buy yourself an onion, chop it up. You're gonna throw it in the freezer. You're gonna have a ton of onion to just kind of throw on your protein. This is gonna last us months because we don't use very much at a time. As far as spices go, we got some rubs, a little bit of taco seasoning, Worcestershire sauce, balsamic vinegar, some lemon pepper, a little bit of teriyaki sauce here. I mentioned soy sauce earlier, so you really have a lot of options as far as flavoring goes. So don't feel like you have to eat the same thing over and over again. Just by using different flavors and spices, you can feel like you're eating two entirely different meals when it's the same base as chicken. So the chicken, we ended up spending $1.88 a pound on. That's going to break down to about 12 cents per ounce. Most people are going to eat anywhere from 4 to 6 ounces for a meal. If you're going to be using those 4-ounce servings, that's only going to cost you 47 cents for your protein. So that's less than 50 cents for the main portion of your meal. If you're eating that 6 ounces, you're still only paying 71 cents for 6 ounces of meat. So, compared to some of the other places you're going to be going, even fast food, this ends up being a lot cheaper for you. So we only have, 2 vegetables that we like to cook, and we cook them together. So the vegetables here we have are some squash and some zucchini. We're going to throw this in a little bit of olive oil on the skillet. We're going to put some garlic, some onion in there for a little extra flavor. The zucchini and squash ends up being about 11 cents an ounce. That's going to break down to 42 cents to 84 cents per serving, serving being 4 to 8 ounces. So if you're using, say, half a cup, that'd be about 4 ounces. That's only going to cost you 42 cents. So if you're eating 4 ounces of chicken, 4 ounces of cooked zucchini and squash, that's really only going to cost you 89 cents. So you're spending less than $1 on a meal. And you're getting your vegetables, you're getting a good source of protein, you know where the food's coming from, you know that it's good for you. So that's it as far as cook stuff. From there, we're going to move on to the other foods. So we're going to take our foods that need to be cooked. We're going to take them over here, put them on the skillet. So as you can see, we got our our food cooking here. So as that food's cooking, we're gonna then move on to our dry foods that don't need to be cooked and work on piecing those together. We kind of like to make a salad mix. So the salad's gonna consist of a few different vegetables, obviously with the lettuce base. So for, my salad, I like to have some tomatoes. We're gonna throw some tomatoes in there. We got some mushrooms. And then of course, we have the salad base. As you can see, there's no iceberg lettuce in there. That's all spinach, romaine, some kale, a little bit of carrots, some chards. So we're gonna get a varied micronutrient profile, get a lot of different vitamins. And when you throw the tomato and mushrooms on top of that, you got a power food here. You're gonna get a lot of nutrients out of this. So the tomatoes end up being about 12 cents an ounce. We use about 2 ounces on one regular serving size salad. That's gonna cost about 24 cents. The mushrooms, those guys end up being about 18 cents an ounce. 2 ounces is gonna be 36 cents. So for the base of our salad, we're gonna have romaine, and the romaine is gonna be mixed with a blend of spinach, kale, some chards, and some carrots. The romaine blend for 3 ounces, which is typical for a salad that we're gonna have an even 3 ounces of spinach and 3 ounces of romaine, is gonna end up costing about 28 cents for the romaine and 75 cents for the blend. If you were to do more romaine to save yourself a little money, obviously that would bring the cost of the salad way down. So if we take into account the mushrooms, the tomatoes, the romaine, and the blend, that's going to end up costing about $1.68 for a 10-ounce salad. For a comparison, if you were to go to Barnes Cafeteria in St. Louis at one of the hospitals in town, that would end up costing you 50 cents an ounce. So a 10-ounce salad would cost $5 compared to $1.68. That's $3.32. Over the course of a week, that's going to be over $15. Over the course of a month, it's going to end up costing you $60 extra to eat that salad somewhere else. So as you start looking at the cost versus convenience factor, it ends up being a lot cheaper to do this and spend a few minutes preparing food yourself. And now for the kind of the easiest stuff that we have to deal with. We have broccoli here in these steamable bags. Now the reason we do this is because there's no preservatives added to this. This is just broccoli that's been frozen. It's already chopped up and ready to go. You pop it in the microwave for a few minutes and it's good. It saves you having to take the time to cook it yourself. It's a lot better than eating anything other than a vegetable, and in all reality, this ends up being the most convenient way to do broccoli. You don't have to cook it yourself. They have 4 16-ounce bags in there. When you look at the cost of that, if you do 4 ounces, half a cup is a serving, that's only going to end up costing you 37 cents per 4 ounces of broccoli. So again, you mix it with your protein, you're spending less than $1 a meal. Next, we're going to have sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes are probably my starch of choice, especially for after a workout. So I'm not going to worry about consuming starches unless I've worked out that day. So with these sweet potatoes, you can see they're a little bit bigger than normal. I tend to go for the 16 ounces or as close to that as possible. Typically, I would recommend someone eat about half that, maybe 8 ounces. So that's going to end up costing you under $1, about 90 cents for one of those. Next, we are going to move on to our fruits up here. So we have a lot of different fruits. Goal is to eat 1 or 2 servings a day. You want to vary your micronutrient intake, which is going to be your vitamins and minerals. So by having a variety of different fruits, you're going to make sure that you hit that. A lot of these fruits have skin. The only one that doesn't is the bananas. Skin that you can consume. So you want to make sure that you're eating those fruits that have a lot of skin so that you can get the fiber intake, slow down the breakdown of the sugar a little bit, control an insulin spike. For bananas, they're going to cost you about 44 cents per banana. That's how much we paid when we got 6 here. So 44 cents for a banana makes a really cost-effective snack. It's a lot cheaper than going to the vending machine and spending $1 on a Snickers bar. Apples, we got 4 apples here. We ended up spending about $1 on an apple, $1.04. So those are going to be a little bit more expensive, but again, they're roughly the same cost as going to the vending machine and getting something that's going to spike your blood sugar and make you want to take a nap 20 minutes later. So much healthier alternative, not going to destroy your teeth and give you cavities, not going to ruin your pancreas either. Kiwi here, we got about 8 kiwi in there. These are roughly 75 cents for 1 kiwi. So again, less than $1, it's going to be saving you money over that vending machine. Have some blueberries. Now, blueberries are out of season, so we paid a little extra. We ended up paying about $1.77 for a 4-ounce serving of blueberries. I wouldn't recommend that if you're looking to kind of shop on a budget, but if you're looking to do something a little different and you don't mind spending the extra money, then it's a great way to vary up that intake. Berries are one of the best sources of antioxidants and one of the good sugar sources from fruit that you can consume. And last but not least, we also have some strawberries, just because berries are so great. These strawberries are going to come out to about 75 cents per 4 ounces or so, which is going to be roughly equivalent to those kiwis. So again, we have a lot of options that are far cheaper than going to the vending machine. And last but not least, you're going to see that we have some eggs. We got a lot of breakfast products down here. So we got eggs. This is 7.5 dozen. We have some egg whites. We have some Canadian bacon. And last but not least, English muffins. And I know what you're thinking. English muffins are not, the best diet food, and you're right. However, I do like to build a little, wiggle room in the diet and get you some food that you enjoy. So personally for me, breakfast is my favorite meal, and one of the things I look forward to more than anything is taking it easy on Sunday, waking up a little later than usual, putting on a pot of coffee, and just having a big breakfast. So this is one meal a week that I give myself to kind of indulge a little bit. I eat 7 meals a week, or 7 meals a day, 7 days a week, 49 meals. I can allow myself one of those to go off the diet a little bit and to just kind of relax on Sunday. So if we start with the eggs here, these eggs are going to end up costing you 22 cents an egg. Great protein source, great healthy fat source, a lot of good minerals in there and vitamins for you in the yolk. So really good cost-effective option here. Now, I get these egg whites because I personally don't want to throw half an egg away when I'm trying to mix my 4 eggs and 4 ounces of egg whites in the morning for breakfast. So instead of throwing out half my egg, I'm going to end up paying about 18 cents per ounce for this, and I'm going to use 4 ounces. Generally I would say 2 ounces is sufficient, so if you're using 2 ounces of this, that's about 36 cents, and that's as opposed to wasting a few eggs here. Alright, so as you can see guys, it's really not that hard to eat healthy and to eat, cheap. A lot of times the misconception is, oh, I gotta spend a fortune in order to eat healthy, so it's a lot cheaper if I just go to McDonald's. I showed you plenty of options where you can get a vegetable and your protein source for under $1. So even if you're shopping off the dollar menu there, a lot of that is very, very, very low quality protein source. Starched white bread that's really not going to do anything for you. You're going to get nothing but calories from that. You're not actually going to get any nutritional benefit, and a lot of that is just going to go to sitting right around your midsection. This stuff here is going to be high quality food, high quality fuel for your body. It's going to provide you not only the calories you need from a very, very clean source, but it's also going to provide you with a lot of the nutrients you need, so you're not spending extra money on vitamins, all that extra stuff that people have to spend money on, because you're getting a good blend of everything that your body needs just from your diet alone. So, think about that the next time you're at the grocery store. Try to stay on the outer perimeters. You want to avoid as many packaged foods as possible. Stick to those, good cooked protein sources. You want to stick to your vegetables, your fruits, limit the fruits a little bit, 2 servings or so a day. And then your starch around activity. So if you're sitting in the office all day, you have a long day at work and you haven't been able to get to the gym and do your workout, you don't really need to have that sweet potato. The fruit should do you just fine. So stick to your animal proteins, get those vegetables in, eat the carbs around activity, and you'll be all set. That's all I have. If you guys like the video, let us know. If you have any comments, suggestions, or any requests for any videos in the future, feel free to let us know as well. Thanks, and good luck to everyone with all those weight loss goals.